The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war. But we're doing this not for now. We're doing this for the future, and it is a noble mission.
The Middle East is on edge tonight. The United States and Israel have launched what's being described as a massive and ongoing military operation inside Iran, with key strikes targeting senior leadership and infrastructure. Iran is responding with deadly force. We'll bring you up to date on the latest developments right now.
This is breaking news from Local 3 News.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Missiles and drones have hit military bases across the Middle East, disrupting oil routes and air travel. World leaders are calling this a dangerous and historic turning point. Here's what we know right now. This escalation follows the collapse of nuclear talks just days ago. President Donald Trump demanded Iranian officials permanently shut down the country's nuclear program. Iranian officials refused. Now, in the wake of those failed negotiations, Donald Trump unleashed the U.S. military in coordination with Israeli forces early this morning. Iranian media says that more than 200 people have been killed. Roughly 700 others have been injured, all during the attacks today. President Trump says Iran's supreme leader and Ayatollah was also killed today. Trump is urging Iranian citizens to overthrow their government, signaling regime change is now the objective.
To the great, proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take. This will be probably your only chance for generations.
Now, in retaliation, Iran is now firing waves of ballistic missiles toward Israel, with authorities only reporting minor injuries so far. You can take a look at that map right behind me. Several Gulf nations that host U.S. military bases say they've also intercepted Iranian missiles in their airspace. That includes the UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Jordan, Bahrain as well. Failing debris has already killed at least one person in those attacks. Now, Iranian officials are defending this action.
I was in contact with, my colleagues in the Persian Gulf, and I explained for them that, we have no intention to attack them, but we are actually attacking the American bases in the act of self-defense. We cannot just sit and watch they are attacking us and we don't respond simply because their bases are in a friendly neighbor country.
Now, U.S. tensions with Iran stretch back nearly half a century. In 1979, Iran's Islamic Revolution overthrew the U.S.-backed Shah, and later that year, Iranian students seized the American embassy in Tehran, holding 52 Americans hostage for 444 days. Relations were never restored, and through the 1980s and 90s, clashes between the U.S. and Iran happened indirectly, with Iran backing militant groups opposed to the United States forces in the region. You may remember in 2003, Iran's nuclear program became into the focus. A 2015 nuclear deal briefly eased tensions, but the United States withdrew in 2018, reimposing sanctions. Now, in 2020, a U.S. drone strike killed a top Iranian general, bringing countries to the brink of war. And in recent years, stalled nuclear talks, sanctions, and military strikes have pushed tensions even higher. Now, in light of today's escalation, fears of a broader regional war are growing. Here's what an Iranian native and professor of international relations at UTC shared with me just this afternoon.
This is not Iraq, this is not Afghanistan, because we are dealing with a very brutal regime, at the same time very pro-American, very pro-Israeli, very different society, very educated, very connected. Regime change in Iran will be a blessing for the United States, for the American people, in terms of the economy, in terms of the security.
Now, U.S. lawmakers are expressing mixed reaction tonight on those operations. Republican Congressman Chuck Fleischman says in part, quote, "For decades, Iran has been the world's largest state sponsor of terror. President Trump will always defend America's national security and interests." Over to this, Republican Senator Bill Hagerty released this statement that partially reads, quote, "The Iranian regime has fueled and sponsored terror for decades. This was an operation driven by one clear objective, securing peace through strength." Now, on the other hand, Democratic Senator Reverend Raphael Warnock says, quote, "Americans do not want another forever war in the Middle East. We have walked this road before, and too many Americans have paid that ultimate price." Here in Chattanooga, residents are speaking out for and against the military operations today. Lydia Nathan brings us the story.
Less than 12 hours after President Trump announced the attack on Iran, locals here in Chattanooga, dozens, gathered on Ross's Landing to express their feelings about the military's operations. Locals lined up one by one on Riverfront Parkway beside the Tennessee River Saturday afternoon, many holding signs, chanting and marching. Those gathering at the rally tell me they are here to share concerns for more than just the latest attacks on Iran.
It's just simply the cruelty we see here on the streets of America. This is not America. This is awful. This is hatred. This is division with our neighbors, our fellow countrymen. It is just the worst I've ever seen it. So that's what brought me here.
I was on scene for more than an hour and I did not see any counter demonstrations. Those I spoke with tell me they are against the country's intervention in the Middle East. Our Local 3 News team will keep you updated as events unfold overseas. Reporting in Chattanooga, Lydia Nathan, Local 3 News.